Hey there, it's Dusty Thunder, and I got one of these for you. Spicy story. Hear that sizzle? Title of this one is, Am I the Astronaut for Walking Out of the Hospital After Hearing My Wife's Diagnosis? Oh, shit. I, 33, get a call from the ER on Friday saying that my wife, 32, drove herself there because of searing pelvic pain. I'm on a business trip until Saturday, but I drive back in time to be there Saturday morning before she woke up. A while after she wakes up, the doctor comes in. My wife says to stay with her, so I say okay. He takes a deep breath and said that from the transvaginal ultrasound and CT scan results, she has ovarian cancer. My wife starts sobbing, but at first I stay still because I don't even know what to make of it. My wife asks what that means for her, and he says she'll likely need at least a full hysterectomy, and they'd have to remove the fallopian tubes as well as the ovaries. The news jolted me from my chair because the doctor was effectively telling me that she wouldn't be able to have kids after this, and after years of work, I thought we'd finally have a family. I'm overwhelmed with emotions of anger, not just anger at the disease, but pent-up anger from the fact that I had begged her to have kids since we were 26, but she refused for her career. And now instead of becoming a real family, I didn't even know if she would remain the woman I married, whether the last picture of us together would be the last time I would remember her looking beautiful, young, and carefree, because the wife I had in front of me was already a different person. FTG. FTG. Start the chant. Holy shit. My wife started to grab my hand and say, we'll fight this and we'll adopt. But I shook my head and turned around and walked out the door. I still had my suitcase in the car, so I drove to a hotel because I didn't know if my wife was going to end up being discharged or what. At the hotel, I was at least able to get out of reactive mode, but I was still so disappointed that our dream of a family was over. Were you disappointed?
You are a family, you asshole.
Were you disappointed? Were you? I finally was able to get a grasp on all of my emotions and feel more like my normal self, in that I knew exactly what I felt about every aspect and how I would react to it from here on out. I get a call from mother-in-law saying if that I was a hotel or whatever else, I should just stay there. Am I the astronaut for walking out? I admit it was done on impulse, but this diagnosis just sliced my life and my wife's life wide open. I wasn't going to expel the cancer if I stayed that night, but I did at least make myself aware of my situation, and I feel I have a right to be angry that my hope of biological kids, the only kind I ever wanted, is rapidly fading away. How in the fuck is this OP able to get through all of this bullshit and at the very end still be like, I have a right, me. Your wife just found out she has ovarian cancer. You dingly piece of shit. Either you are just incredibly dense, or the most selfish asshole of all time, or both, or all of it. You abandoned her at the worst moment in her life. You abandoned her because you were disappointed. Did you find out that you had cancer too? Oh, no? Well, I'm sorry, I'm confused. What the is wrong with you? Yes, that sucks. For both of you. Okay. You're pissed about something that sucks for both of you. What about the other thing that sucks real bad for her? Come on up, Tater. I'm stuck. My brain is broken once again. How could somebody get through all of this being this selfish and still be like, yeah, that's how I feel? Oh, wait. Tater thoughts.
One, your wife is going through probably one of the hardest things she's ever going to go through. And you're like, but my incubator, but her uterus, I need that. Instead of thinking the fact that your wife is losing all of these things that produce the hormones, she's 33. Like, she's going to have her whole life has been changed at this moment. And you look at your wife in that moment and you're like, yeah, I can't do this. I can't be here for you. I can't help you with your pain. I can't walk this walk with you because I won't have biological kids. You don't deserve biological kids, dude. You just don't. You're an asshole of the highest degree. And your wife, who just found out that she had cancer, who's going to lose part of her body because she has cancer. And you're like, but my feelings, but this, but that. No words of comfort, no anything. And you said you looked at your wife and she no longer looked like the woman, the carefree, beautiful. No, really? She's got cancer, dude. She just found that out. She's in a whole world of pain. And you're like, but my pain is bigger than your pain. And I have to go somewhere by myself to understand my pain. Let's just talk. Just a few words. I just want to let you know how I feel. Because this guy, I can't imagine being in such a vulnerable moment of your life where you find out that you're losing everything, not just your uterus, not just one ovary, but all of it. And then your husband is like, I can't deal with this. I can't deal with this. I can't deal with the fact that you're not giving me biological kids.
Okay, so a lot of feedback in chat about how this is super common. And I know that, like, I've heard the stories about people being with people with terminal illness and how that's really hard, and eventually they end up breaking. He did this the instant they got the news. Is that common? Like, no. As soon as people find out, they bail? I
feel like this guy bailed as soon as his wife put having a career before his biological kids. He has been holding this against her for 7 years, and then all of it just broke in this one moment. Instead of expressing how he actually felt, instead of saying, I don't want to wait, this isn't the marriage for me, I should move on and have a life, because I think a family is only, two people with kids? Like, that's the only thing that makes a family? No, it's not. And so when he's doing all this, for 7 years, he's just resenting her for not wanting to have kids. And then the moment he realizes that she can't is the moment he's like, yeah, I'm up. And that just tiny little piece makes him the biggest asshole of the day. Congratulations, sir. Way to go. You ruined our NTA streak. But that aside.
You piece of shit!
If we didn't have kids, this man would still be my family. Together, we would be a family. Just because you don't have biological kids doesn't mean that you don't have a family. Your family is sitting right there and like in front of you, going through the hardest thing in your life, and you're like, I don't have family. I can't deal with this shit.
I didn't marry your uterus.
Elise said they'll get divorced and he will marry someone 10 years younger than him.
Oof.
Yeah, he's looking for someone to provide. He's looking for a incubator.
So, and that's old school mentality, right?
Like,
I mean, that's Game of Thrones kind of shit, where it's like, if you could no longer provide a child, like, you couldn't.
You had no.
Sorry, you're
purpose.
fired.
Yes.
You're fired.
Just so you know, dude, women are people too. We're more than just the uterus that comes along with our body. And for you to put that on your wife, and I understand having big feelings around the fact that something is being taken away from you. I understand that this guy is also going through something, but to walk away and write this post and be like, I can't have something that I've always wanted. Way to make something that's not about you completely about you.
Do you think this is like, so dudes who are no more than their pain assumes that women are no more than their uterus?
I guess. I don't know. If you think the only thing that women are good for is to provide you with biological children, see you next Tuesday.
Yeah, you shouldn't have children because that cycle needs to break.
You're cunty, and I don't like it.